Hey everybody. So I was outside and I was walking and doing stuff, and I just, I'm out here thinking, okay? And I'm thinking about Ellie and what they have to do when they have to take over a crime scene, right? So, I mean, you got to think. The first thing they're supposed to do when they get in there is take pictures of everything before anything gets touched. They have to take pictures of everything, okay? And then you got to think in the delicate process that they have to put the gloves on. They got to bag each item separately, not to contaminate any evidence, okay? Not cross-contamination, none of that. So you got to bag each item separately. And then you have to not break chain of custody and get that over to the lab, right? And then I think about this family in Oklahoma and what they were going through when going into this crime scene after the cops had released it. Okay, going into this crime scene and discovering their daughter's phone, all of this evidence around the house. I mean, all of it, right? Everything that they left, the drugs, the freaking paraphernalia, the bondage and torture items, and the cell phones, the laptops, the computers, everything that these people had in that home. A check to the storage company. Now, that storage unit for sure should have been looked into immediately. But none of this stuff was even taken out of the home. The cops never collected any of it. Now, how do they know that Jesse was working by himself and that he's the only one involved? They're not even, and the cop said himself, what are we going to, listen, the only guy that is dead. So what good is it going to do to collect any evidence? What good is it going to do for us to do our jobs? I'm telling you right now that if a cop had said that to me and that was my child, that father, let me tell you, that father had way more composure than I would have had. And the cops just didn't even care. They were so nonchalant about it. But if you go back to when the bodies were discovered, and that older gentleman was talking, he was an investigator. He was talking, and he made it sound like this was just a waste of his time to even be there. He didn't want to answer any questions. He was like, ask the medical examiner. Oh, I'm sorry, you need to ask the medical examiner these questions. And it's like, dude, you're the investigator who was there, who, for God's sakes, and you want to pass the buck. And that's what seems to be happening in law enforcement all across the country. And it's like, listen, are you freaking people doing your jobs or are you not? Because as somebody who's never been trained by the police department, I can tell you that I would have gone in there and had much more control over that crime scene and would have collected everything that I could find. So it just seems to me that either our law enforcement are not being trained to do these things, or they just don't want to. So is it laziness, or is it where is it not protocol? Are you not being trained to do these things? Because to me, it seems like common sense, basic skills here, And we see this in so many cases. We saw it in Kylie's case. We saw it in Trinity's case. We've seen it from, certain counties over and over and over and over again. And nothing seems to change. So somebody explain this stuff to me. Make this make sense. Why are law enforcement, are they being told not to investigate certain things? Are they being told not to log evidence? Or are they just lazy? Because when you log the evidence and you do all these things, you have a lot of paperwork to fill out. So, what is it? Laziness or just lack of common sense? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. because this just blows my freaking mind. And people all over should be worried. I mean, if we don't have trust in our law enforcement, you know, that's when people stop calling on law enforcement. That's when people stop involving law enforcement. And that's when people take the shit into their own hands. Which, not for nothing, if Ivy's family had not done this, we wouldn't even know. They wouldn't even know that cops didn't do their job. I mean, it's that insane to me. Okay, now that we have covered that, can somebody explain to me why girls were allowed to, were over there for a sleepover? And, like, I want to know what Holly was thinking, right? So, like, this story is so crazy to me because after learning how this house was set up and after learning everything that it had in it, you know, the chains, the bondage stuff bolted to the wall. I mean, obviously things went on there. Did, like, nobody know about these things that were going on there? Like, that's just crazy to me, you know? So, and again, law enforcement does not know that this guy was working by himself. And if he was not, because somebody try to explain this to me, okay? Why he would go in there, do what he did, kill all these people, and then kill himself. Like, I know suicides happen. I am not a total idiot. I understand that. But it just seems weird to me that he wouldn't have killed them and then took off, right? Because there was nothing holding him back. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't in custody. He should have never been let out of prison in the first place back in the day. And they let him out. So, why? You know, the system is so broken on so many levels and in every jurisdiction that it's very hard for people to have trust in Ellie, in the judicial system, in in all of these systems, in the whole process. I mean, it's crazy to me. So I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. And let me know what you guys think. It's a beautiful night out here. The sun's starting. It's getting darker, but it was just so pretty. It was the first day in, like, I don't know, 2 weeks that it hasn't been raining and crappy out, I feel like. It's just been really crappy. So it was nice to get outside today. They're cooking clams over there. So we're going to have some clams. And, well, they will. I will not. Not my thing. But, yes, I just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Please hit that thumbs up. Please sub to the channel. If you want to do anything else, links are all down in the description below. But it's like, come on, Ellie. Like, we should have, like, there needs to be a reform for sure. Now, I am not all about, and I want to add this in real quick. I am not one of those idiots that wants to be out there talking about defund the police. I think that's a total BS thing right there. So I am not one of those people. But I am definitely, after seeing what I have seen recently, I am definitely one of those people that's like, okay, we need some kind of reform in the police department. Either they need extra training. I don't give a shit. Something's got to happen. Because they cannot keep dealing with cases like they are. Nobody's going to get justice that way. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you later.